Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Georgi Matveev, sitting here at David's Guitar Loft Lesson Studio in Webster Groves, Missouri, right outside St. Louis. And today, we're doing a new installment of something we've already been doing. We just haven't had a name for it. So right now, the running title will be Technique Tuesday, where every Tuesday, we will show off some kind of cool technical technique thing you can do on guitar. That sounds pretty cool, right? So the main topic we've been doing is minor pentatonic stuff and then some sweep picking arpeggio kind of thing, right? So we're gonna stay on that train for a little bit longer and talk about some more cool tricks you can do with sweep picking, arpeggios, things like that. Now there is a difference. There is a difference between sweep picking and arpeggios. See, arpeggios, if you don't know, basically all arpeggios are just broken up chords, right? So if you play like this E minor chord, like that's just an E minor chord. And if you arpeggiate it, then you're playing an arpeggio, right? But even then, we are not sweep picking. Sweep picking is the motion with our right hand where we're literally brushing up and down. So you can apply sweep picking to arpeggios, but they are different. So let's be sure of that. Here's what we're gonna go over, okay? I'm gonna play it first, and then we're gonna talk about it, yeah? That seems fair. So let me play you the thing, and then we'll talk about it, okay? Woo! Okay, there it was. A little bit of a handful, if you will. Yeah? Handful? Okay, sorry. So what that was that I showed you, for you, you're welcome, we were in the key of G major, and we were just running through all the chords in the key of G major diatonically, starting with E minor, the 6th, and then going down, right? So here we have E minor, then we go to D major, then we go to C major, then we go to B minor, then we go to A minor, then we go to G major, then we go to F sharp diminished, then we go to E minor. Right? That's the vibe. That's what we're doing there. And yeah, I only did the 3-string version of that. You can do the 6-string version as well, but it just time, right? You don't want to see me play that again. So that spans across the entire fretboard. And so if you're in the key of G, someone's playing some chords, you have these options here to outline the chord, add some flavor, or if you're soloing, improvising, you got options here as well. So what's really cool about this stuff is it's really 3 shapes, and one of them you only use once. That's the diminished shape. Granted, it is the most difficult and awkward shape, in my opinion. It's still important to know. Okay, so if we were to break this down, what is this first shape? This first shape here is your E minor shape. Really, it's just the minor triad 6-string shape. We've all gone over this at some point. So that shape, what's awesome about guitar is you can just move this shape around. So anywhere you play that shape, it's going to be the same quality, a minor triad. Doesn't matter where, it's going to be the same thing. Okay, so that's the first shape, your minor triad shape. So the important thing here is know anytime there's a minor chord in your key, that's the shape you use. So in any major key, the 2 chord is always going to be minor, the 3 chord is always going to be minor, and the 6 chord is going to be minor, okay? So in the case of G, we have A minor, B minor, E minor. Those 3 chords are minor chords. So this shape applies. E minor, B minor, A minor. So that's where you use those chords. The next chord from here, it's really a chord, but also arpeggio sequence. I don't know which one to call it. Call it whatever you want. The next arpeggio sequence or chord is D major, right? Because we're just moving down from E to D, right there. So you take this shape here, and you apply it anywhere on the fretboard and you play that same exact shape, the quality never changes. It's a major triad. So what's cool about this, and like the other thing, wherever you move this shape, it's going to be the same quality. It's going to be a major triad. Doesn't matter if it's here, here. That shape is a major triad shape. So in the key of G major, what are the major chords? Well, we got the 1 chord, we have the 4 chord, we have the 5 chord. 1, 4, 5 are the major chords. So we have G, we have C, and we have D, right? So those 3 chords will occupy this shape. So here's D, here's C, and then here's G all the way over here, right? So anytime you're playing a song and someone has a major chord, if you can find the root, which in this case with this shape, the root note is going to be on the 2nd string. Find the root note and then you can outline this shape and it'll sound awesome over a major chord. Okay, we got one more chord to talk about and that's the diminished chord, okay? So in any major key, the 7th chord, the 7th note, whatever you want to call it, if you build that up in a triad fashion, right? Where you start with the root note and you just skip every other notes, it's going to be diminished, right? So in the case of G major, our diminished chord is an F sharp diminished chord. So there's F sharp on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And so what makes this chord interesting is that unlike the other 2 chords, the minor and the major, a diminished chord is a minor third with another minor third stacked on top of it. And so that gives it this very sinister, dark sound. Also makes for a very awkward fingering position where things don't quite line up the right way. Not the right way, that's the wrong way to put it. It's just an awkward shape, okay? Let me go over it with you real quick. So we have the 8th fret of the 1st string going to the 5th fret of the 1st string. The way I finger this, my ring finger will play the 7th fret of the 2nd string, and then my index will play the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Then my ring finger will play the 7th fret of the 4th string. Pinky plays the 9th fret of the 5th string, and then my index plays the 5th fret of the 6th string. Very, very weird. It's a very awkward and weird shape, and because the diminished chord, generally between those 3, it's the least popular one. So by default, you don't play it as often, which means like that shape never really gets very familiar with you. So there will be a file of some sorts, PDF, PNG, of the tab for this song. Or not even, this isn't even a song, it's really just an exercise, a sweep picking, arpeggio exercise. You can practice sweeps, you can practice alternate picking, lots of different stuff on here. And you're more than welcome to just, if you want to, run through it straight. Oh, I did that thing again. But if you do want to run through it straight, you can totally do that. Oh my God. I've been practicing just going the whole I've been practicing that picking method for like a couple days now, preparing for this, where playing it straight now feels foreign and weird to me. Yeah, but that's cool. Now I got something I can work on. And you can also practice this in chord sequences, right? So if you don't want to practice going 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, if you don't want to practice that, you want to practice with the 1, 4, 5 sequence, right? So if you wanted to work out some arpeggios over something like that maybe. This is a great tool to use to practice your technique of sweep picking or alternate picking, however you want to pick this. It's also a great tool to just utilize learning the fretboard more, understanding over these chords, I'm going to play these picking patterns, these arpeggio sequences, etc., etc. So yeah, I think that about does it. I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. Tabs will be available for this. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe to our channel, like the video, leave us a comment, let me know what you think. If you are in the St. Louis area, Webster Groves area, come on by to David's Guitar Loft, take a lesson from me or 10 of our other instructors, or check out our shop, play some guitars, do whatever. So, all right guys, thank you so much. Take care.